What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys, and today I have a review of the Marvel Legends. Yeah, Marvel Legends. Marvel's Crystar. That's right, my zillions. It's been a little bit since we had a Marvel Legends. I believe I only did one all of last year, and that was the Spider-Verse Spider-Man 2099. Though in hindsight, I really should have gotten Spider-Punk as well. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, you know, before I saw the movie, and then I saw the movie, and I really liked it, and I couldn't find the figure anymore. But, you know, maybe one day I'll get that figure. For now, though, we got Crystar, and I don't love the art on here, but it is pretty classic, and that is the theme here, and why I had to get Marvel's Crystar. If you don't know who Crystar is, he was a character and a separate universe created by Marvel in 1981, along with the toy company Remco. Now, Remco got their figures out in 1982, I believe. Unfortunately, Marvel couldn't get together with, to put together their comic until like 1983. So neither the toy line or the comic had anything, both which were brand new, had anything to go along with it. And ultimately, I believe that's what doomed Crystar from being a success. I had a couple of the Crystar figures when I was a kid, but though I am very fuzzy on whether or not I had Crystar himself. I had the green bow guy whose name escapes me, and one other figure, and I just can't recall exactly if it was Crystar or if it was not one of the bad guys, which I believe, I forget what they were called, but I think it was another one of the good guys, but I'm not 100%. I cannot recall. But anyway, either way, this was a must-get for me because the nostalgia was pretty heavy, because that was definitely a toy line from my childhood that I definitely had at least one figure that I recall. And I really needed to get this. This was super cool. I was super excited when they announced this, and it was a must-get. And this is another one of those figures, a perfect example of a nebulous December. Some folks got it in December. My pre-order was with Hasbro Pulse, and that didn't come out till January. So, without any further ado, let's get to this review. Just to show this, because I usually don't show like Build-A-Figure stuff, but these are really cool. This is for something called Marvel's The Void. I don't know what the character is, but very nice tentacle looking things. Very cool translucent plastic. This is awesome. If I had some other use for this, I might keep it, but I might just toss it on eBay. But yeah, very nice. And here's Crystar out of the package. He's an alright figure. I like him, but I don't know. He's okay. Let's do the articulation first. The head actually moves really well, which is good. Now, this has like an old style Marvel Legends articulation, ab crunch, which is interesting because this is obviously like a new sculpt. So, I don't know, like, why they go with this, I'm not sure. You can rotate his waist, like, right underneath his belt, which is interesting. Again, I'm not sure why they use this particular form of articulation here, but, it works. Hinge, swivel at the shoulder, no butterfly joint on this guy, swivel at the bicep. You do have a double jointed elbow, hinge, swivel at the wrists. Full split on this guy, that's pretty good. Kicks forward, goes back, swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee. Is there a boot cut on this guy? Nope, there is not. And then you have the rocker and the hinge. So it's like pretty standard Marvel Legends here, nothing crazy. Does feel not like completely gummy, but it's it's not completely solid either at the joints. As you can see, the joints are a different, plastic than all the rest. They're not completely clear. They're more like a translucent plastic, kind of a different color, but it is what it is. I guess they did their best. It is pinless joints, which is good. So So they did use that. And it does look interesting when you look at it, the way it's like circular in there. It's kind of interesting, right? You know, that you can see that type of joint. That's the thing with these like clear type guys. You can see all the joint work and everything within, so it does end up looking a little odd, and like less like a clear figure and more like this weird robot thing. But I always did looking at the joints like, yeah, you look, it's a ball joint in there, and this has a peg like that, like kind of like a mushroom peg. So it's kind of cool. He's got nice high boots, a little diamond there, some folds and wrinkles. No paint on the boots, just done in red, but they look good, they work. Then you got the nice crystal looking thighs. Those look pretty decent too. Again, I mean, you're not getting paint on this guy, you're just getting the plastic, but you know, it's fine. I mean, that's what he is. He's got butt with some, you know, folds and wrinkles there, which looks pretty good. Again, you have the belt here, more wrinklage on the sides there. That looks real nice. I do like it. I think that works out very, very cool. Love the belt. And then going upwards, the crystal chest looks pretty nice. I guess, you know, this kind of cutting here for this kind of works better in, you know, this kind of crystalline mode. It lends itself more to a less organic thing. But the back looks real nice too. Love the blue. It looks great, especially under the lights here. It's really popping. So that looks very cool. The arms are very nicely done. I like the chest too. You kind of got this like, you know, jewel that's like glowing in the... I don't remember anything about the the story of Crystar, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that. Nor did I look it up. But whatever that is, that looks good. You know, he does have a big open hand here. Kind of big, but kind of not. I don't know. It looks bigger than it is. You know, it's open. Everything else is a closed hand, but I don't think it's that disproportioned. Nice wrinklage on the hand for the glove. The rest of the glove looks pretty good. It's a long glove, as you can see. So they look really good. You know, I think that all the musculature looks good, even as, you know, crystals. It's got that nice edge to them. I dig it. I dig it. And then the head sculpt. The neck looks good too, by the way. The head sculpt is pretty good. Again, nice cheek definition because, again, crystal. It looks pretty good. The eyes look real nice. They are painted white. That's probably the only paint on this guy. Oh, actually, these are painted here on the sides. So the little wings here are painted red. And they're done well. You know, the rest of the helmet is clear. You can see the inside of his head. Pretty cool. Looks like probably like a big glue glob in there. But the rest of the face looks good. He's got a nice jaw. This thing in front of the helmet looks pretty good. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I don't know. Sometimes Marvel Legends with their faces, I don't love, but I don't know what I was expecting from a Crystar. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna say it's fine. You know, I've been posing this guy around for the last couple of days since I opened it. And, you know, it's fine. It's a fine figure. It's not like award-winning or anything. It's cool to have a Crystar. The proportions are pretty good. It does what it needs to do. So, I mean, you know, what else do I want, right? So for accessories, we do get 2 extra hands. I have both holding hands. This one's already holding a shield, and that looks pretty good. Clear shield, again, blue tint. So we want to take that I just left it in because, again, I had opened this guy after that opening and played around with him for a couple days before finishing up this review. That looks pretty good. And then you do have a nice sword, and this really does look the part of, you know, the classic Crystar sword. Very, very nicely done. I like the hilt a lot. I like these parts here. I like all of this. I like the, you know, crystal in there. It all looks pretty good. And, you know, it goes in his hand all right. It wants to come out. So, like, that's annoying the way it's done, but it is what it is. But there you go. That's pretty much Crystar with his full look. shield and sword in hand. And that's pretty good, you know, he's got that, like, classic 80s warrior look, you know. I feel like I've seen a ton of, like, VHS movie cassettes when I was a kid of, like, similar movie designs. He just has, like, some shorts and some boots and the swords, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I do like this shield, but I feel like maybe the open hand is kind of a cooler way to go, you know? Gives that more, like, Kirby-esque thing. So, I dig it, you know? It's not a bad figure. And here's Crystar with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection. I didn't really have a ton of 1/12 scale figures completely handy, so, you know, a little mix and match here. I do like how he looks with that dude. He could very well be a Power Ranger figure, sure. And my final thoughts, you know, it's a fine figure, you know, like, there's nothing crazy wrong with this guy. He's very simply done, the style is good. He fills the need for a Crystar, like, you know, again, it's very nostalgic for me, and I'm glad Marvel did this, Marvel Legends did this, because it's just, you need it, you know, like, I needed it. As we like to say in Sicilian, ci voleva, you know, and this is one that I needed. I really did in my personal collection, because, again, it was one of those things growing up that I wish there was more of, and I wish it was around longer, and I wish you were able to find them longer, but you weren't. So this is cool. Now give us a ROM, Marvel. That's next. I want a ROM. And then I'll be very, very happy. Like, these are the types of Marvel Legends that I'll go out and buy. Like, you know, there's not a ton I'm interested in these days for Marvel Legends, but give us more stuff like this, and I will definitely partake. Alright, and there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content. Let me help you diversify your collection. But every once in a while, Marvel Legends thrown in? Sure. Till next time, peace out, peeps.